Hello friends, Ram Navaratna here. Welcome to HR Resonance channel. In a world, who has not heard the name of Lord Hanuman? Today I am coming before you with a leadership lessons from Lord Hanuman. I am sure in all of your life, Lord Hanuman might have influenced either directly or indirectly in one or other ways. What are all the important lessons or emulations from Lord Hanuman? In a word, we see various types of leaders and we come across in our day-to-day life. There are many different types of leaders. Some are domineering, others are manipulating, and some are opportunists also. But the best leader is one who is inspirational. That is what the important fact of the leadership. And for that matter, Hanuman is an amazing example of inspirational leadership. He has influenced thousands and crores of people which we come across. How the great leader? We see the characters in Hanuman. Great leader must have a good knowledge base, but must be constantly ready to learn with attention and humility. In other words, what we say, leader should be always update. And you will hear Hanuman sought the knowledge from the sun himself. In other words, nature is the best teacher for him as well as for others. So that is how the great leader, one of the important character of that. Now, having seen that, how is the leadership action? In action, how it will be there? A leader should have his own source of inspiration because nobody can inspire him. He himself should be an inspiration. Hanuman chose Lord Rama as his role model. All the time he was a role model. That is what we say, Swami Bhakta. He never tried to compare himself or stand par with his mightiest of leaders. So that is the important character of Hanuman. Instead, with his dedication and devotion and his ever readiness to serve the cause of Rama, Hanuman made a niche for himself as a leader on par excellence. That is what the main characteristics of Lord Hanuman. So having seen that one, let us see what are all the leadership initiatives. A leader must motivate people and bring out the best in them and not try show his supremacy. That is important factor of leadership. That leader will be successful and inspirational. When all the Vanaras left to find a Sita, they were all very enthusiastic and ran in the forwards. Every minor demonic challenge they saw on the way, they would run to destroy it. One by one they destroyed. Hanuman, despite his great strength and capabilities, remained in the background, silently watching over the Vanaras. That is what we hear in the story. But whenever major difficulties arose, they all turned to him and he was ready to solve the problems then and there only. That is what the leadership initiative. When the Vanaras, while trying to find Sita, were afraid to enter the cave of Swayam Prabha, it was Hanuman who entered the mysterious and apparently dangerous cave first. So that is what it is said, always leadership should be in the forefront. So, and leader brings the best in the people. So next let us see what are all the character of leader. Hanuman displayed exemplary leadership with his confidence, patience and perseverance. That is what very important characters of leadership. Look how he managed the impossible task of crossing 800 miles of ocean. In his word or in his dictionary, there was no impossible word. And that too in a short time, Hanuman used to achieve all those objectives. When the mountain in the sea, Mainaka, tempted him with a paradise-like resting place, but Hanuman said, I'll finish my Lord's work, till then I'll not rest. So that is what Lord Hanuman said. So therefore, a leader should have always confidence, patience, and perseverance. That is one of the important lesson we learn from Lord Hanuman. And how another important character of leader is what? Non-egoistic leader. On the way to Lanka, when the differences in opinion arose with the serpent demoness, that is Surasa, Hanuman did not get bogged down with ego issues and arguments. There was a battle of wits with a snake opening her mouth wider and Hanuman growing bigger and bigger. This is what we hear in the story. It was leading to no solution, but it was only delaying tactics for the Hanuman. So he cleverly became very small without making it a prestige issue and slipped out of the situation. So that is what leader, he should not have any egoistic leader. Depending on the context and the situation, he has to act and manage the situation. That is what important lesson from Lord Hanuman. Then pull down. In all the process we see pull down, overcoming the difficulties. That is what a leader has the capabilities. On the path to success, there is another tendency that can pull us down. Many times it happens. This is called jealousy within our own bosom or invoked in others. While flying towards Lanka, Hanuman's shadow was caught by Simhika, who represents by the fierce Simhika, who represents jealousy, and she tried to drag Hanuman down, but he instantly overcame her. So that's what Hanuman's character and capacity. On the path to success, there is tendency that can pull us down, but one must overcome, and leader should go forward for that. So another character is clever leader. Leader should be always clever. This we see in Hanuman's character. In a challenging situation, what leader does? A leader tries to turn every adversity into opportunity. He will not get aback. So he considers that is an opportunity. When Ravana's men captured Hanuman, and what they did, they dragged him through Lanka. Hanuman took the opportunity to observe all the military stations and posts in Sri Lanka. He was keen observer and saw each and everything, tried to understand. Then what happened? Later, he stood before Ravana. He even tried to counsel him. Great story and advice we can see in that context. But when it did not work, and finally what they did? They burnt his tail. He again turned adversity into opportunity to instill fear in the opponents by learning Lanka. So that is what, with all his capabilities, advice, later he burnt Lanka and created a fear in the minds of Lanka, and also later that became an opportunity. Thereby he destroyed the enemy's posts. And leader shares the success. Another important character of leader which you must learn and see in Hanuman is sharing the success. Finally, a good leader is quick to share credit for success. A good leader is one who never keeps any success with him. He always shares with his team. He never takes credit. He gives the credit to others. On his return from Lanka, everybody acknowledged Hanuman's achievements and praised. But what Hanuman did? But Hanuman himself humbly gave credit to the whole of his team, but not forgetting the grace of his great Swami, that is Sri Ram. So that is what a leader shares the success. That is important character of that. By doing that, what happens? People always, team members love them and they take them, and they will get more inspiration, and thereby they all the time join hands with the leader, and whatever the task will be there, they will be successful. Thus, dear friends, in all Hanuman's history or in the stories, always we see successful leader, and all the incidents are lessons from Lord Hanuman. But of course, with the loyalty, you take any of his aspect. So he was an inspiration, motivational, good guide, and great strength for the entire team. Thus, we see throughout all the successful stories in Lord Hanuman. That is why, all the elders and the great people, that is how they praise Hanuman. Manojavam Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Urishtam Vatatmajam Vanara Yutha Mukhyam Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadde. With these characters, all the time Lord Hanuman was great inspiration, great motivator, great guide, great influencer, but at the same time he was very humble, very humble, and he led the people calm and quiet, but with immense strength. And all the time he displayed nothing is impossible, and he framed all in time framework. These are all, that is what the great lessons of Hanuman. I am sure in the world, almost all people have been greatly and tremendously influenced by Lord Hanuman. That is why he is in the minds of everybody. So, with these inspirational and leadership lessons from Lord Hanuman, I wish for everybody, let Lord Hanuman guide you, inspire you, motivate you, and lead your life successfully, and thereby you can achieve the objectives of the life. And I wish you all the best. Friends, if you like this matters, don't forget to subscribe and comment. Thank you very much.